Thing is, when I've done games and demos before, it was on Switch, so it was a lot easier. This I have to change every window. Okay, how are we as far as my volume, the game's volume, and does everything look good? Games and demos. I put games and demos. But I mean, I'd rather put it as something else if we could. But that's what we'll go with for now. There's 110 games, or 11,000 games. Still, there's a shit ton of games. And there is going to be delay because I'm on normal latency, but that's fine because I'd rather have the quality options. Game audio might be a wee bit low, but I'll wait until you get into the game. He said, I have no fucking... Like, here's the thing. The only thing I know is I had to open all these games to get them kind of set up. But beyond that, I knew nothing about most of these games. A few of them on here I do know about. Most of them I know very little to nothing about. Why are the songs different? Why are they different sounds? Okay. So, I'm gonna have to have OBS, like, hidden, so tell me if something's going wrong. And we should have... Okay, alerts are up. Okay. So, I don't even know what to select for settings here. Like, I don't even... Like I said, I don't know what I'm even playing. Force on tutorials, I guess. I don't know if I want auto cam. I don't have auto. I don't even know what that means. I don't have a camera anyway, so you're not seeing anything. I might not be able to play this. For all I know, this is a multiplayer game I can't even play. We'll just go with this. It's roll plus heart. Like here's the thing. You know about as much as I do. This is what's gonna be interesting. I know literally nothing about this game. I mean, I can look it up. To be fair, they give you on the store page. They give you information, but it's more fun to just not know. Here, I'll give you this. Here's what the blurb is, like on my loading screen. Slay monsters and conquer romance in Roll Plus Heart from Owl Sanctuary Studios. That's what we're getting here. All right, are we good on sound now that this stuff is switching? Is it a bit better? We'll put this over here. Okay, that'll work. All right. So save slot A, select. Sounds good? Okay. If we need to change it, just let me know. Like I said, this is going to be a little bit of a... There's technical difficulties. I try to make it as good as I can ahead of time, but... Like, hopefully, assuming the settings save, none of the game should be blasting your ears. Potentially. Are we still loading here? How long is this gonna load? This one might be pretty hefty. It doesn't seem like it'd be hefty. Are we starting? Oh, we crashed. No, we're good. Okay, we're good. Okay. Dude, this is just D&D. I don't know. You give me a character select screen. I don't even... I don't want to go with how I actually look. I don't even know because I'm a girl. Do I even get a choice in being a girl? Or am I just... Or is it gender neutral? I can't really tell. So Gandhi had to pick the worst one to start with. I like the options of, do you want to wear a sweater, a regular t-shirt, or an apron? Or is that a dress? It looks like an apron to me. I don't... don't even like any of these options. I don't know. Class. I don't even know how to... Where's Salis? I don't like these character appearances. Okay, hang on. I don't know. Sure, we're gonna be here all day if I don't pick something. It's a visual novel too? I make my way to the cafe, looking around in confusion. It's surprisingly hard to find a board game cafe. We still good on music and stuff? Oh, I just noticed we need to make this. Hang on. Why is that not syncing up? Oh, because there's like a little... Okay, there's a little bit of a border around it that's making me think. Or it's almost like... It's almost like there's a border around the window, but then the text box goes over it. It's weird. Whatever, it looks good, so we're fine. I was warned that this place would be a little difficult to find. I definitely did not expect it to be this challenging. I pull out my phone and check the map, and... Great, pulled out all my new dice. They scatter everywhere on the sidewalk. I sigh, crouching down to pick them up. Here's my D10, D4, D6. I think that's all of them, except for... You rolled a D20. Okay. I look up and before me is this dude. He's crouched beside me, pointing at my D20. Well, what do you know? It is a D20. Or it is a 20. I pick it up and stand up. The stranger stands up as well. What did I roll a 20 for, though? Something good, probably. It usually is. What would be a good thing right now? Finding the board game cafe. Do you know where one is around here? Must be a lucky roll because the no board game cafe is right here. Actually, are you here for the tabletop game too? So is the music just all the same? It's just gonna loop? Which, I mean, it's fine piano pieces, but... also, so, like, as far as length here, we're just gonna go by my own personal taste. I won't go on for too long, but, I mean, for this one, I might be going for at least maybe like a half hour, depending on how it goes. I want to give it a fair shake, at least. You think I'm out of sync? I shouldn't be. No, I shouldn't be out of sync because there's nothing to see. It's on my computer. I think that's just how I read. But like, I shouldn't be out of sync because I'm not on my capture card. I'm on my actual, I'm on my, computer. Yeah, that's the one. Do you know anyone there? I'm a bit new, so... He smiles reassuringly. Not to worry. No one knows anyone here, so we're all strangers. I'm so confused. How am I out of sync? I shouldn't be out of sync because I'm literally... There's nothing to sync. I have a 0 on the sync, but like it should be synced up because it's on my computer. It shouldn't be desynced. Well, Pond is confusing me. Not to worry, also hi Salis. No one knows anyone here, so we're all strangers. I'm Judah. Have you ever played before? I played it didn't go well. I played lots of tabletop. I need an option of nobody wants to play with me. I've never played a tabletop game before. I'm Mega. No, I've never played it, but I want to give it a go, and I don't know anyone who plays it. I mean, that's not true, but... So here I am. Well, I've never actually played myself, but our GM sounds pretty... This is literally just D&D, the visual novel. So I'm not too worried. It's all about fun at the end of the day, right? I take my game seriously. Only for fools. No, what the hell? That's the... That option gives me only for fools. I'm 100% serious about this. This is a game of outwitting the GM, destroying the meta, taking over... That's not what I was going for. Taking over the adventure until we have the GM fleeing while we become the new masters. I don't think that's not how D&D works. Hey, Namadu. So after we're done with this one, I'll have someone pick another number. We're just going through random games. I have no idea what's going to come up. Well, I know what's going to come up, but I have no idea what any of these games are. I picked 14 in advance, but I couldn't tell you anything about any of the games I'm picking or I'm playing. Well, for the most part. I'll try not to stand in the way of your plans then. He gestures at the cafe. Let's go in, shall we? The others should be arriving too. We enter the cafe. A bell hanging from the door tinkles. You go ahead to the table. I think we're at that corner over there. I just have to go to the loo. Who says loo? Judah then rushes off, leaving me behind. I look around, spotting a large table where a tall man is setting up in the corner. There are no other tables with the tabletop map. Ah, that must be the GM. I start to head towards the table when I hear the door open and the bell jingle, followed by... I'm sorry. I hear dice hitting the floor. I get my bearings enough to see who ran into me. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. There are dice everywhere. She's panicking. Well, I have to pick up these dice. Hang on, let me just... Hold on, let me... We end up knocking our heads together. We knocked our hips together, but sure. Bedding down at the same time. Ah, shoot. Easy, slow down there. Slow down, it's okay. Okay, sorry. Don't worry, are you here for the tabletop game too? We managed to coordinate. The music's still good, right, guys? This one sounds a little bit louder for whatever reason. We managed to coordinate ourselves enough to pick up our renegade dice. Also, if you're enjoying, like, we'll switch off, but if you're enjoying the random games, let me know, because I will do another one of these itchio streams if people like this. So, as you're watching, let me know if you like it. Because there's a ton of games to go through. It's a little loud, but I can hear you. Okay, I will turn it down just a little bit. We'll go to like that. I mean, it depends on the song. The songs keep changing is the problem. And I can go to like, we'll go to 12, or, yeah, 12. Why won't you stop at 12? Fine, 13. Oh yeah, I saw the ad, and honestly, I'm nervous about it. But you know, I signed up and, well, now here I am, running into people, bumping heads. It's one way to make an impression, but it's fine. We found all the dice. Shall we head to the table? Sure, at least I won't have to talk to the GM by myself. It'll be fine. He's not going to breathe fire or something. I finally make my way to the table. It's neatly set up for 5 players plus the GM. The GM is sitting at the head of the table, half hidden behind a divider. He's very focused on the sheets in front of him. I get a glimpse of the sheets, but they're written in an unfamiliar script. Hey, are you Gareth? He looks up, startled. Sorry, I didn't mean to scare you. In the zone, huh? You must have been pretty focused. He blinks and stands up suddenly, reaching forward with a hand. He has a pleasant smile, but he also looks a bit nervous. Sorry, I am Gareth. You must be Mega Freak 400. Welcome and thank you for coming here. I'm very pleased to meet you. Likewise. Gareth points to one of the seats. Please, feel free to sit. I settle down into a seat, and at the end of the table, the shy girl I bumped into has also settled in, rummaging through her bag. We're all silent. Everyone sits in silence while quietly setting up. I'm so sorry, I'm not late, am I? I took a wrong turn, and goodness, well, at least I made it here. An older lady arrives at the table with a large bag and what looks like a container of orange slices. It's fine. I think we're still arriving. Don't even worry about it. We're still arriving, I think. I like how the options are either be normal or be a fucking asshole. Half the time. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Sometimes the day just gets away from me. And, well, I won't go on about it. Yeah, no, the sitting down... the sitting down looks more like you're just thinking slowly. But I brought snacks and some drinks. As if by magic, she pulls out various snacks and drinks from her bags, and in moments, the table is covered with small bowls of various treats. So, you must be Mega Freak. I'm Eileen. Do you have any idea where the other players are? We should be starting in a few minutes. Oh, well, I did meet one. I think he's getting coffee right now. So, he's here, of course. I think we have one more, but I don't know about them. I'm sure they'll find their way, though. Don't worry about it. I suppose. It's just that I've never played a tabletop game before, and I'm a bit nervous. Really? What's getting you into it now? Oh, my eldest is a big fan, and I wanted to see it for myself. She doesn't seem that old. You're making her seem like she's like 60 or something. Your eldest, you have kids? Oh yes, 2 of them. One's 12 and the other is 16. So yeah, like 16. So how old is this woman? She doesn't look that old. Would you like to hear about them? Sure. Do you have photos? Well, this here is Charlie. Why is Charlie smiling? I guess because what was the description here? Slay monsters and conquer romance. So is this a dating sim and also D&D? Did they win? I skipped it, by the way. Sorry. Oh, they were crushed, but they all had fun and ice cream. So that's basically a win for them. And your other one? They don't reveal their fire breath in the first session. I mean, I must have gained friendship points. Well, Jesse's been getting a lot more independent. He's starting to drive now, and, well, I remember being... The thing is, 16 isn't even a kid at that point. A healthy dose of questioning power. Does he get into trouble? Only when he doesn't take out the garbage. He's a good lad, really. I'm pretty sure I was a jerk when I was 16. And 17, and 18, and 19. Weren't we all? Judah arrives at the table and settles into the seat with coffee. I think it's a rule. One of my cousins turned 16 and suddenly, well, angry, quiet... What? Wait, what? One of my cousins turned 16 and suddenly, well, angry, quiet French pointing became a thing. What even is that? A universal experience in all language, I assure you. My name is Alin. It's nice to meet you. Judah smiles in a sincere and friendly smile. Pleased to meet ya. He then looks at the girl who ran into me. Hello there, my name is Judah. It's nice to meet you. Oh, I'm Edith. It's nice to meet you too. Your voice is so quiet. I'm Edith. Okay, looks like we're all here except for... Why is Judah sitting on her lap? Why is Judah sitting on my lap? I don't know why. Like, they're supposed to be sitting down, right? But, like, he's clearly sitting on my lap. A woman looms at the table. Looks like she's considering beating some nerds up. What? She tilts her head suddenly, a bit unsure. This the tabletop thing? You're just in time. Settle down, dear. I think we should start with introducing ourselves properly. She sits down at the last spot, shrugging her shoulders and leaning back into the chair. She looks around as though sizing everyone up, possibly for something. I didn't read it. Alright then, let's get this party started. We all turn to look at the GM. He peers over the divider, his eyes sparkling. I'm Gareth, and I'll be guiding you through this campaign. My purpose is to ensure everyone here has a fulfilling and rewarding experience. It is my wish that you all suspend disbelief. This is more than me throwing you into situations. Pawn, is it still desynced, or is it just how I read? Because it shouldn't, you're the only one that said anything, and it shouldn't be. This is more than me throwing you into situations. This requires imagination, an open mind, and a little bit of faith. So tell me, who are you? The man I ran into speaks up first. I'm Judah. I've never played, but I'm very excited to join. My character is Alvar, a human rogue. And then the older lady. I'm Eileen. It's quite eager to show you how this all unfolds. My character is Fami, an orc barbarian. I only could pick between 3 of them. The shy woman raises her voice. I'm Edith. I've played a couple times. I'm playing Vishwa Was, a halfling bard. A half of what? The lady with the jacket speaks up. You can call me Maria. I'm playing as Maia, and she's an elven cleric. You refreshed? Okay. Yeah, someone had that issue where they were desynced and refreshing fixed it, and they're like, how is that possible? I think because Twitch is stupid. So... A halfling is a hobbit? Okay. And finally, it's my... do people do that? Like, pick... I mean, granted, I did too, so I'm full of shit. But, like, just pick the same name but slightly change it. My name is Bob, and I play as a orc named Bobo. I'm Mega Freak, and I'm playing as an Elven Ranger. I think we're going to have a very interesting campaign. I'm not even going to give my name. Now that we have met each other, it is time for you to meet your characters. Gare flourishes dramatically, and we all lean in to listen. Every story starts with a place. That place might be a huge and bustling or small and unassuming. Simply a convenient town for travelers to rest and restock during their journey. A crossroads, a meeting place, a point before the next stage. This town is that place, and in this town there is a tavern. Isn't it always a tavern? Weary travelers and the people who live in this small village come here to unwind, drink, and... You know, I have to give credit. A D&D visual novel dating game is honestly kind of intriguing, honestly. It's not a bad idea. Each table is crowded with various groups, and the stools along the bar support the travelers moving along. Assuming it is a dating game. I have no idea. Maybe it's not, but... However, in a corner, an elderly dwarf man sits, nursing a tankard of now lukewarm beer, and a look of exhaustion and disappointment on his face. Each time the doors of the tavern open, he glances up as if expecting someone, but as the hours pass, his glance falter. He has neared the bottom of his tankard and gives a resigned sigh. The time is late. This music sounds like it might be new, yeah. Suddenly, an axe as long as the dwarf is tall is dropped from the table, rattling his tankard and scaring the dwarf out of his thoughts. He looks up and sees an orc woman. Behind her stands a human man, a halfling, an elven woman, and another elf with a fine bow on their back. Are you all here about my notice? Kenneth. In these games, role-playing is very encouraged. I will often set up a situation specifically for this purpose, but you can role-play at any time. Act as you believe your character would. It can be a bit intimidating at times, but have fun with it. In time, it will come naturally. Hang on, let me try. I have seen your notice. I am Fami. These people, the orc barbarian points at the small group, have also seen your notice. How is that? Taking on a leadership role? Ah, well, I didn't mean to. No, it's fine. You're getting the ball rolling. Well, let's keep the ball rolling. Garrett clears his throat. Are you all a group? Not exactly. We all found your notice at the same time, so now we're here. I wouldn't call that a group. The dwarf leans back in his seat, waving at you to all sit down. Well, it seems to me that perhaps we're all meant to be here. The task I have for you is not an easy one. Of course not. Let's listen to what he has to say. The humans say before turning to face the dwarf. Dude, he picked the most... He just picked a character that looks like him. Like, it's very boring. You start your D&D campaign with your entire party being thrown into jail for thinly veiled racism. But like, it's the meme, right? That it's always in a tavern or a bar. Arrested by evil guards who were a part of... I feel like jail would also be high up there. No, I'm fine with being blind here. I don't know how long I'll go. I'll go until we get like a little bit further in, so we can get a good sense of how the game works. I feel. I can't promise I'm gonna do a full playthrough of this. I probably won't. This is just a first look, but we'll get far enough in at least. He downs the rest of his beer, grimacing slightly at the taste before facing you all. The name is Kenneth. I've been working at a nearby mine for years. There's not much in it, but I usually find some materials that the smith here needs. However, a few days ago, I ran into some goblins in there, just moved in from who knows where. The thing is, if I do another itchio stream, I could do more of this during that. I don't have to make it its own stream either. I can be like, okay, let's just play more of this game. Like, that's not really a bad... Like, would that be something people would want? I mean, there's a lot of itchio games to go through. But, you know, I'm almost okay with, like, just doing bits of it and not doing it as one whole stream. I don't know. But I lost my locket in the scuffle. Okay. Was it precious to you? My late wife crafted it for me when we were courting. To lose it now, it hurts. I can reward your group with 50 silver pieces, so that's 10 pieces each. Well, that sounds agreeable. What say you all? Recovering something so dear is a worthy quest. I have no complaints with the reward. And yet, I value my life higher than a mere 10 silver pieces. You should offer more if you value your watch. I am not in the habit of lending my skills for so little. You've said little. What say you? 15 silver each. This watch is valuable to you, and we are putting ourselves in danger for the sake of it. I won't do it for less than 15 silver. I believe we have come to a decision. 15 silvers for each of us, or we will not continue. Oh, that is kind of really mean. Hey, you were one of the first people to decide to ring this old dude's wallet. Yeah, sorry. Be sorry you're playing mean. It's what our characters would do. It does feel right for our characters. Sometimes they're going to be a bit mean. It feels weird, but you're right. Thanks. I understand. I can find the extra coin. I just want my watch returned. With the initial introductions and bargaining out of the way, Kenneth explains where the mine is. Let me know if the music gets too loud, by the way. I think we should be good, but... because the volumes are not consistent. Yeah, no, I'm not doing the full playthrough of all 1,100 games. Oh, God. He offers a map, crude yet clear. This makes me want to play D&D, though. I will say that for sure. The hour is late before the details are settled, and you all head to your rooms to take a needed rest before a day of danger. I want to get to at least, like, a battle first before maybe we'll do the watch thing and stop. Because I do want to get to other games. We're probably not going to get to all 14, but I like to show off more games tonight than this. But I feel like we haven't really got to like the meat of the game yet. You know what I mean? I want to get to the meat before we continue onward. Soon after the sun rises, you meet up for breakfast. Of course, Sakane picks the visual novel that I have to read for 50 years. It's going to take forever to get through. It was luck, but still. Soon after the sun rises, you meet up for breakfast, going over your gear and the map again. You have a rough location for where the watch may be if the elderly dwarf's memory is true. It is mid-morning when the party leaves the small town, heading towards the mine. But I'm assuming people want me to do more itchio streams, which I'm fine with, honestly. You know, it's probably more motivating than trying to play any of my actual backlog. If you can't tell, I enjoy playing blind games. It's very interesting to jump into something and experience it for the first time. So this definitely works for me, personally at least. It isn't long until you arrive, spotting a small camp of goblins at the mine's entrance. They have not spotted you yet. We could sneak past if we're light-footed enough to avoid detection. We could sneak, but there is another entrance on this map, although the route we must take to find the watch is tedious. Perhaps, between our abilities, we could convince them to leave, scare them off, or simply persuade them. That feels too chancy. I'd rather trust a straightforward fight. Then we'll know they can't sneak up on us later. We should attack before they notice us. It'll be best to get rid of them once and for all rather than risk running into this lot again later. At least now we'll have the chance of an element of surprise. Yeah, I definitely, I mean, sometimes you'll get, like, some bad stuff while playing, doing that, but, like, you know, when I did the Switch demos, like, we got some bad games, but it's fun. Like, I don't have a problem with getting some garbage sometimes. So you decide to try the upper hand and work with your surprise attack. You size up the goblins. Roll to attack. Okay. So we're getting, this is an actual battle. During battles in Roll plus Heart, you will get it because it's D&D plus Romance. You will control your entire party. Okay. Battles in Roll plus Heart are divided into two phases: movement and action. The tiles highlighted in blue indicate the tiles of the current character that the current character can move to. Darker blue tiles provide cover if you move a character onto them. Cover reduces the incoming damage. Okay. Then right click to set the character moving. Okay. If a character still has movement points left, you can move them again. You can press the N button to move onto the action phase. You do not have to move a character during the movement phase. You can also press the backspace to end the movement phase. After movement is complete, we will commence the action phase. You can see what phase the game is in here. Next to the phase, you can see which character's turn it is. Across the bottom of the screen, you can see the character's abilities. Hover the cursor over each ability to see its description. Click on the ability card to activate it and choose a target. You can click on a different ability if you change your mind. There are several ways to select the target of an ability. Valid targets will have their tiles highlighted in orange. Right-clicking one of those orange tiles will apply the ability to the target. You can also see valid targets highlighted in white on the turn order display. Finally, you can click the portraits. Okay. There are no valid targets. Okay. Okay. What's the ooh for? For the battle? This is okay, let's see. So, is it X? What am I stopping on? I don't get, hang on. What am I pressing anyway here? Oh, maybe the stop button. I don't understand what this does. It's how aggressive I roll the die. Does it matter? Is that a 6? Yes. Nice. That's not ideal. Excellent. Where am I? On here. Why did they change my skin color? Wait, but it's not blue. I'm so confused. Didn't they say they would be blue? Why is nothing... I'm in the action. Okay. No problem, Nam. I'll probably be at this for a while playing some other different games, but I'm glad you're able to stop by. I know there's so many games here. So we'll probably be doing more of this in the future. I don't understand how this movement thing works. Cause isn't it okay. See, he's a 1 though, so he's not gonna do anything, right? I don't understand. Is he done? It's not who I want to shoot, though. Okay. Like, what was the point of the rolling at the beginning? I'm confused. Did I not select who I wanted to select? Okay. Healing touch. For turn order, okay. But see, I have to move so many spaces, I guess. Attack deals 1 damage, ignores defense. Why'd I also attack that one? Is it just anyone around me? Did my character not go, or did he go and I just forgot he won? So I can go back and... No, would you not heal? I don't understand what I did. Okay, it's fine. Okay. And the battle falls quiet and you stand undefeated still. Victory for us on this day. Yeah, another success for me. Quite the VIP performance. We have triumphed. That was invigorating. We have triumphed. The battle is ours. I cast a small light so that we all can see. With a small light to guide you, you make your way into the dark mine. The air quickly cools and you detect your path sloping downwards. After a while, you find yourself at a fork. Which path do you take? I checked the map. The left path is shortest, while the right path takes twice as long to get to where you want to search. Yeah, but... yeah, usually the shorter one's probably more dangerous. The tunnel is lined with marks and evidence of its mining history, pocked with small tunnels that look ominous in the dim light. The backs of your necks feel exposed, and you all feel uneasy in the claustrophobic tunnel. Was that you kicking a piece of gravel, or was it the scuffling of enemies creeping up behind you? I look around. Gareth pauses. And? There is nothing. All's clear. It's simply your own nerves getting to you. Thankfully, you see a dim light ahead and the familiar faces of your friends. Nothing like a spooky mine to bring a group together. I have to admit, I don't really care for these mines. I second that. The sooner we get that watch, the better. Let's not waste time. Come on. It'll be okay. If anything appears, we can fight it. So you continue onwards and the tunnel narrows uncomfortably, but not enough to stop you. Finally, the tunnel opens up into a small cavern. Casting a light around, you spot a small glint on the ground. I go to investigate the glint. You move forward, and as you get closer, you're able to make it out. Clearly, it is Locket, a beautiful golden creation. But as you bend down towards it, you hear a shout from your party. Suddenly, you're almost crushed under the weight of a giant crab dropping from the ceiling. It rears back, claws preparing to strike. I strike the crab by throwing a knife at it. Your attack startle it, and it jumps back. Roll for initiative. We'll do this, and this will probably be it. And suddenly crabs. I don't know, let's just go with this then. I don't know what any of this stuff means. So what's initiative mean? Does that mean my chances of getting high? Like, I don't understand. Like, what's the 19 do? +4 speed? Okay, how do you know when you're how much you can move? That's what I don't understand. Whoever rolls the highest takes their turn first. Yeah, I get that. But like, that's all it does is roll and that's it? So who, okay, so I got you. Oh, because you can only heal. Honestly, you kind of suck. We'll use Inspire. The next highest goes next, and so, okay. 19 means the only people who roll 20 can move before you. Well, I don't understand what bards are supposed to do. I guess inspire, which is what I've been playing them as. I mean, yeah, it makes sense, but... Can I not move? Why won't you let me move there? Okay. Who am I moving? Okay, so shoot. You're fine. Okay. You need to get the hell out of here. Oh wait, oh, you attack anyone around you. Oh, I died. Well, that's not my fault. He's not dead? The battle falls quiet and you stay undefeated still. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm dead. Victory for us on this day. I'm dead! Unless it doesn't matter as long as the party itself doesn't fall. Which I don't know how it works in actual D&D. I assume if you die for real. You step back, still poised to attack, but there is no need to any longer. The beast lies dead at your feet, and the way is clear. You pick up the watch, opening it to check. The locket opens smoothly inside a tiny portrait of a female dwarf who you assume to be Kenneth's wife. I look around the cavern. If your character dies, you die in real life. I mean... The cavern is small, but there are symbols painted on the wall, and even on the floor. There's a symbol of a snake in a loop eating its own tail. There's evidence of a ritual of some sort, melted candles, smudged chalk circles, and what looks to be like, alarmingly like a human shin bone. This is spooky, let's head back. The return trek is easier with no enemies to slow you down. Still, it's early morning when you return to the inn. To your surprise, Kenneth is still awake, sitting by the dying embers at the fireplace. The sound of the door opening, he looks up, hoping hopping up when he sees you. You've made it. I heard heard of goblin packs roaming, and I fear the worst. Are you all uninjured? We're a bit battered, but we made it. We even found your watch. It was worth it, though, to return this to you. I am overjoyed. I have your reward right here. Food and drinks are on me, although I dare say you'd rather go and rest first. Aye, but we'll take you up on your offer tomorrow. Tomorrow, but for now, let's sleep. Congratulations, everyone. You completed your first quest in this campaign. That was a lot easier to understand than I thought. What was the deal with the Ouroboros? That's a good point. That ritual thing. I would like to know what they were up to, but I don't think we have time now. We should set up a group chat so we can talk about this stuff, compile our smarts. Alright, let's exchange details. It'll also be good to keep us updated if the session times need to change. Absolutely, that's a good idea. I'm cool with it. I might not say much. Oh, you're all happy with it? I'm definitely excited for another session. We also want you in the group too. You're our GM. Very well. I may not say much, however, but I look forward to seeing how this all unfolds. Thank you all today. This was fun. Alright then, we're a group. As the session wraps up, we all gather our things and exchange details. It's late afternoon when I get home, and after settling in, I boot up my laptop. Oh, a few notifications. I click through them. There's a family member liking my status about a movie I saw recently, updates about articles I'm interested in, and oh! Is this 100% accurate? Like, in what way? In terms of making a group chat? A notification adding me to the group chat Judah has made. I click on it and find myself in the group chat. I'm trying to think when I should end this. We're ending it soon, but I don't know if I should end it now or... It was a very exciting mission today. Were the snacks I brought today okay? They were so good. I especially love the popcorn ball things. Thank you for bringing them. And also today's quest was really fun. I thought the ritual and symbols were quite interesting. Although it makes me wonder what those goblins were up to. I've just been reading up on Ouroboros stuff on the bus home. You know, all the Ouroboros stuff. The Ouroboros fan club. Also, sorry for rambling. Today was rad. Keen for next week. Thank you all for coming today. If you have any questions or feedback, please talk to me. I'll see if I can help. Good for a session. Now let's break everything. It's nice to meet all of you today. It was a good session. Can't wait to see what happens next. Yeah. Remember when we nearly died? Or the giant spider? That was a crab. That was exciting. I thought that was exciting. We were a pretty interesting group. I kind of feel like hanging out with some of them more. Okay, so yeah, here's the dating sim part. Alright, we're not going in. This is the part we're stopping. So you can pick somebody to date. This is let me just make sure I can resume. I mean, I think it auto-saves, so I should. This is interesting. I'm not against playing more of this, but this is definitely not something I would have picked myself to play had it not been randomized. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Very interesting. So before I do anything else, I am going to take a quick break just to grab some water. Let the Discord know. Next game. Alright. Yeah, so that was pretty... It was not what I was expecting, but that was... it's very interesting. And I'm sure people who know D&D probably respect it more. Like, to me, I don't... I like it, but, like, I'm probably not going to get the same enjoyment out of it, maybe, as someone who's, like, really big into D&D. So I'm going to be right back, and when I get back, we will be doing something else. I'll let you know when we get back, because we're going to have someone pick a number. So if you're not Sakani, get ready to pick a number. Alright, where's the... Yeah, this. Alright, be right back, guys. I'm back. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think the battle stuff's a little messy, but the visual novel stuff was interesting enough. I'm not opposed to playing this again, but we'll have to see. Okay, so let me get my list here. Hopefully, we pick one that is not as long. So I'd like to get through a few games. I'm not going to go super late tonight. It's already been like an hour, I believe. So I'd like to not take too much longer, or like 3 hours to 4 hours max is my thought. Ideally 3, depending on what we get. All right, so we had 14 games. 14's already been picked, so we have 13 left. Whoever wants to, not Sakani, but first person to put a number between 1 and 13, or 1 to 13, and that's the game we'll do next. But yeah, I think people are enjoying this. So, have you seen the sap spot in the museum? Yeah, no, that's what I said the other night. Is in Animal Crossing they hold a tournament, like they fight in the middle of the sap. Well, Pawn was first. I'm just looking at what was picked. Okay, you know what? We'll go. Here's what we'll do. Instead of saying, "Oh, you get a turn," we'll go with Pawns first. I want to make a note of it. Pawn, we'll do Q, and then we'll do Sal's in that order. So I think if when I tell Pawns probably won't be. You already said 5. You can't switch. No, nobody knows what the numbers are, by the way, because these are all games I randomized. So you have, like, I know what they are, but you do not. I mean, I can switch to the 13 if you want, honestly. Oh, you're saying Adam? Yeah, but the problem with that then is, so what do you wouldn't know how many people are going to be involved though. And we're just gonna go in order. That's easier for me. Or we'll go, or unless Q wants to unless people want to switch their number. Okay, so let's see. This one I think is an interesting layout. Okay, so we'll mark this off the list. I guess I should save this, honestly. Itchio games. Okay. Launch, let's see. This one. Oh god, it didn't save the volume. So that's not gonna be good. I'll just have to catch it. Alright, how are we on sound? I know you can't see it, give me a second. This one is... I'm okay with doing this one first. for a very good reason. Or doing this one and getting it out of the way. Okay, is that... How is that as far as size is concerned? Is that centered? Okay, so now we'll go... Switch. And shoot. It's probably gonna be too big, yeah, okay. That's fine. It is not on Switch. Okay. So for options, we only have, like, I can't turn border art on because and I don't think this is, I guess I didn't check to see if this game is actually on Twitch's. I don't think it probably is. Honestly, a lot of these probably are not on their games. Some of them might be. Oh, no, this totally is. Okay, so we'll update it. Okay. So the border art won't actually work because it only works if you have full screen mode, apparently. Okay, music's good then, guys. Okay, for colors. Can you change what the background color? Oh God. We'll just go with black. We'll just go with the default. I already did it, Summer, but for the next one. Okay. So let's just jump in here. Hit the hangar and save the world if possible. What's this? Oh, I don't know. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You open up a browser thing. No, no, no. Alright. So, like, when you put it in full screen, it's an arcade game. So what are the controls on this, then? Is it just... Just press any button. Oh, so it's literally just one button. Changes your direction. Okay. So it's a one button game. Okay. This is kind of interesting. This will also not be super long, which is good. After we did an hour game, not that I had a problem with it, but just it's nice to do a shorter one. This is kind of... Oh, you can loop. Okay. Okay, but how does it... So, I was able to run into them when they're on the ground? Oh, it's... Oh, hang on, hang on, hang on. We gotta do something else here. I'm on game display. It's for window capture, right? Why is it... Or no, I'm not. I'm on... Okay, I want to put window capture. Give me a second. Hang on. Because I'm noticing it's lagging. And it's probably... because it was on game capture. No, it's still doing it. Is it lagging for you guys? Is there a bit of a lag on the animation? That is on the window capture, right? Why is it doing that? Oh, because here's why. Because I didn't turn the... Hang on. Okay. Now, hang on. Give me a second. I hope there was none with the... I mean, I don't think it would be with the visual novel, but... Okay, is this one going to be good, better now? It's still doing it a bit. Is it not lagging for you guys? Because it's on my OBS, I'm seeing it kind of like... The animation kind of like... lags behind a little bit. Dude, I kind of dig this game. Is anyone else having any issues with the... Is it lagging on stream at all? No, but the thing is, it's not that way on my game. It's only that on the... You say it's being captured that way, but it's not that way on the actual game itself. That's why I'm saying it's not... Like, I am on... This is the window capture, right? Yeah. Capture method, automatic. Game capture is... This is game capture. But I have that hidden. I don't know what else. Crossfire capture mode slow. Capture cursor. Limit capture frame rate. I don't know what that would. That wouldn't be. I wouldn't want that, right? Why is it not? Okay, there we go. Well, that just makes it disappear. Well, hang on. Maybe because I have to click it again. No, it's still doing... I don't know why it's doing that. I thought maybe it was window capture, because sometimes or I thought because it wasn't window capture, because sometimes game capture lags. But window capture is doing the same thing, which is bizarre. I don't know. I guess we won't worry about it. It is better on window capture, it looks like, but like looking at them two side by side, it's a little bit less on my. There's a little bit of a like, see how the animation kind of lags behind a little bit? Like there's almost like it's giving you a trail. That's not the case on the actual window. It's only on the OBS. So I mean, it's probably fine. I just, you know, want it to all be perfect. Apparently, it's not bad enough for anyone else to really notice it besides me. And it might be better on actual stream than it is on OBS, who knows, but... Well, I have no way of showing you what I'm seeing on OBS. I'll have to look at the stream later and see if it's worse in the stream or not. Because it's very noticeable. It's very noticeable on OBS. Dude, I actually kind of dig this game. It literally only uses one button. It is what it's described as. It's pretty accurate. Switch and shoot. I don't know how long I'll go with this because I kind of suck. I think you can play this on the phone too. It says you can change it with your screen too. Ah. Damn it. You kind of have to get in a rhythm. Oh, I got 22. Do I not get a high score there, though? Okay, hang on. I'm just using the space bar for this, is what I'm doing. Because I feel like that works. You need to get into a rhythm of it first. Because as soon as you press it, you switch and you shoot. I have to say, I dig this game because I like the control scheme. It's very simple but very satisfying to do. You definitely want the power-ups then. What is this? Is it saying, oh, you can't go through the sides maybe? Oh, and you only lose, so if you miss the power-up, you only lose one of the power-ups. Not a very long game then. It's because it's an arcade game, but it's a very short arcade game even. Oh, I made it to Sector 2? Oh, did you need to get all the power-ups to get to Sector 2? Is that how it works? It must be. Damn it. 143. We'll do a little bit more here. I do apologize if the animation looks off, but I'm not going to spend more time worrying about that because I can't fix it. Yeah, this one's fun. I like this one. It's nothing amazing, but it's very satisfying to control. I recommend this one. If you have the itchio bundle, I definitely recommend trying it. Mostly because, like, it's very short and simple, but it's very satisfying to switch and shoot. Like, I don't even know why it is. Just it very much is. Oh, do I just get random names? Oh, okay. You keep getting I keep killing these people and I get new pilots, it looks like. I don't know who made this game. I mean, I probably said it at the beginning. Yeah, I dig this one. I guess we should switch to a new one. It's kind of weird to go from a longer game that we spent an hour on, and now we spent like what, like 5 minutes on this game. But I mean, there's really not much else to show off. Okay. Well, that one was fun. Nothing really else to say about it. Pretty simple, but I enjoyed it, honestly. Okay. So, what are we going with next? We're going with... 2 was... Okay, this one's gonna be... This one's weird. I'm actually okay to get this one out of the way, too, because it looks like I have to set it up every time I want to play it. Summer, if you can change that. If we don't have it, just put it as games and demos. If it's not showing up there. Hey, Naron. Okay, so it gives me this installer when I go to launch it. So I have to maybe I need to create a desktop. Hang on. Maybe I can just find it on my computer. It's already installed. Or it should be already installed. I guess I'll just give it a desktop icon this time. I didn't before, but I didn't think I'd have to reinstall it. We'll do both. Okay, finish. Also, hi Naron, if I didn't say it. I think I did, but hi Naron. Okay. So we want to go... This apparently is an NES game. It's not, but I don't know, maybe it is. Maybe you can play on the NES. Summer, did you update it to Micro Mages? It's there? Okay, awesome. Okay, that should be pretty centered. Mostly. Okay. We good on sound? We just need to go down a bit. Escape or start for settings. I think. Can I do input settings? Okay. Up, down. So nothing's saved, but shoot, start, select. Alright, video settings should be fine. We'll do it. No, we'll just. Oh no, I don't want that. Oh god. Whatever it was before. Ah! No, I want it back to, that's fine. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's what we should be at. Okay. All right, we'll go with that. All right, everything else should be fine. Players 1 player. Okay. So it's basically very much set up to be like a NES game. Why? Okay, I'm seeing this too. Maybe this is just an OBS thing. Is anyone else seeing? Is there delay on this one too, as far as the movement? This is on window capture. Does the movement look a little stilted? I want to ask before I proceed, because I'm kind of getting annoyed that it's not capturing perfectly. Maybe if I do game capture or actual game capture, that shouldn't matter. Maybe it's just OBS. Like, I don't know how to show you guys that what it's doing. If you're not seeing it, you're not seeing it. But let me go up a bit. Like, basically, when I jump in my window, it's a clean jump. It's just completely like you just go from the bottom and up. That's it. There's no. When I'm looking at OBS, it's almost like it's like it's lagging. Basically, is what it looks like. It looks like the jump is lagging. Oh, I have wall jumps. Okay. This is kind of interesting. That's OBS. Okay, that's good if it's OBS, but it's just freaking me out because usually it doesn't do that. I've never had that happen without it actually showing up on screen. So if you're not seeing that, that's good. There's no way that this could be on the actual NES, could it? Everyone's too small. Usually, I mean, I guess they're... I mean, I guess it could be, but like, I don't know. It seems like on the NES, most sprites are pretty big. This is more of an arcade game too, honestly. Which, I mean, a lot of NES games are arcade games, to be fair. I don't know what that does. Okay, so select gives me a fairy, which I didn't need. Oh, I can fly. It's cute, yeah. Darn, is your headache better if you're still here? No, I saw you come in. So you can play. This is like isn't there a tower fall game? Like you can play this with multiple people too. Not that hard so far, but. Well, it is when you make it faster. This was Q's pick, I believe. She picked this one. Oh, I can't go through the... Okay. Well, she didn't pick this one. She picked the number that picked this one. So I think Naron or Summer... Summer hasn't picked a number yet, I don't think, so... They'll be after... We have one more. We have Salas next. Number 6. Which that one I might be playing for a while, knowing what it is, but... So I'm okay with getting a few of these. That's a go. Shorter ones. It was 5, 2, and 6. I think. I'll double check. I mean, I'll probably just reset it so you pick smaller numbers, honestly. No, 14 doesn't count, because that 14 was just you being... Oh, yeah, no, 14 earlier, yeah. But 14 was at the end, so it didn't... Because I just said pick it between 1 and 13, so it didn't really affect... It didn't affect picking numbers, is what I mean. What? He was dead. This is cute. I like this. Oh god, now we're getting into me point territory. I'm just gonna skip you. We got a boss. These are Kid Icarus enemy sound effects here. Oh crap! I should have seen that coming. Like I kind of knew, but then I was like, nah, we're good. Okay, get under here. Alright, there we go. Dude, when you press down, you dance. That's fun. So I think you can actually play this on the NES. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I mean, I guess I should go to the store page for some of these after I play them and see how what it says. But it's advertised as like an NES game, even though it's clearly not. I mean, it did come out with the NES originally, is what I'm saying. But I mean, I see no reason why this couldn't be on the NES. Oh god, I like that animation. Well, I know it said it was an NES game, but like I'm not playing it on the NES. Where does this one take me? Oh, that one doesn't... Oh, there we go. I like this one. one's actually pretty fun. It's got some good music. Name that game tune, listeners. I'm probably gonna do an itchio category. But I gotta do more than one stream if I'm gonna do that. Can I get up there? Or this one maybe. Oh god. There we go. Oh god, I bled out. What, do you not like this one, Pawn? I think it's cute. We're definitely not getting to all 14 games I picked out, by the way. I just figured it made sense to have 14 to go with. I wasn't expecting to get through all 14. So, like, if you're being like, oh, well, we still have to go through a few more, like, no. We're not, I'm not going that long. I learned my lesson from, like, the demo streams. You don't want to go too long with these multi-game streams. Otherwise, you lose people. Okay, there we go. No idea of an inch category? What do you mean? Actually reading stuff, it has an NES version, but was, well, yeah, obviously it was made. Obviously it wasn't originally made on the NES. I mean, there's no reason you couldn't make a version for it on the NES, right? Like, you could, technically, as long as it works on the hardware, as long as the game is built in a way that it, how do I get up here? Hang on, I'm confused. Oh, I can just climb those ropes. Okay. As long as it works in the hardware, there's no reason why you couldn't port it to the NES. Now, Shovel Knight, you could not put on the NES, because I'm pretty sure it uses things that would not work on the NES. Like, obviously it looks like an NES game somewhat, but it's definitely not, and it would not work on the hardware, from what I know. I think the music especially definitely would not. Just would not work with the sound chip. The idea of taking a game and putting it on an older system is very interesting, though. I mean, technically it's illegal, right? But who's gonna care at this point? Like, it's not like Nintendo's gonna be like, oh, you're not officially sanctioned to put this game on the NES, like, a decade later. More than a decade, like, several decades later. This also reminds me a little bit of Chrono Trigger, the song. You know where I, like, you know what loop I'm talking about, right? I played Switch and Shoot, which was a short arcade game that was pretty fun, and I'm playing this, Micro Mages. And then we'll be playing, oh, god damn it. We're playing another game that Salas picked before we get into some new something else. I don't know how long I'm gonna go on this one, but I'm actually digging this one a lot. Or was Sakana here for Switch and Shoot? Oh, during Switch and Shoot? Yeah, no, we haven't played anything else. This has been the next one. Also, a peppermint milkshake sounds good. I haven't had milkshake in for so long. No, I didn't say people couldn't make this game in olden days. I'm saying they didn't make this game in olden days. Also, olden days. Oh, I should've got that heart. We'll see if we can get to the end of Tower 2-3. Yeah, this one's... I don't mind this one. I don't know how long it is, but I wouldn't be opposed to playing more of this, honestly. This one's pretty... It controls well. It's probably better than half the NES games that actually exist, honestly. Damn it. Did I die? Okay, I got one more life. Well, they're basically just the Cerosians from Oracle of Ages. Or Oracle of Seasons, sorry. Damn it. Do I have a fairy? This is multiplayer, by the way, so you could play this with 3 people. Or 4 people, sorry. I don't know how... You couldn't play it on the NES, you could only play it with 2, for sure. These goats, man. Ah! Game over. 2869. What happens if I go continue? Oh, it starts me back here. Oh, but the password's just for this level. Okay. Four mages set off to save their beloved princess from the demon fortress. I missed this earlier because I wasn't paying attention. I know it was on screen. Yeah, this one's good. So you can play with 4 players here. Yeah, we're not gonna play this more, but yeah, no, this one's fun. This one's fun. I like this one. I wouldn't be opposed to playing more of that one, honestly, but I do want to. I know the next one's probably gonna be a little long, so I do want to do this one next before we, because I still want to get to more games. I want to get at least do half of them, at least do 7. We've only done 1, 2, 3 so far, so maybe not 7. I guess it depends. Alright, next up we have, and this was picked by Salis with the number, and then after this one I'll do another roll of numbers. Where's my text? This one is a game I actually wanted to play. Is it Wood or Woods? Or even is it on here? Mabel and the Wood. Well, it's and... Oh, that works. Will it fit, though? Oh, it does fit. It could. Is it co-op or can you hurt the other? I mean, I guess I could try it, but I don't know. I assume it would be co-op. Like, why would it not be? Okay, so let's open this up. Summer, if you want to change that, if you haven't already, to the game. Why is it? I said no full screen! Ah! Give me a second, guys. Turn down your headsets. Why do you have to make the game instant full screen? How are we on volume? Is that good now? This is the game I wanted to play. Apparently it's a Metroidvania, but it has, you don't have to kill anything in it. But I heard it wasn't that good, so I hesitated buying it. But I mean, when it's part of the bundle, I'm like, okay. Now granted, people saying it's not that good, like, that doesn't mean anything, really. It's still a little loud. How about now? Is that better? It's low on my audio mixer, but what you guys hear is more important than what my mixer says. Where are we at game stream time? We're at an hour 46, so we'll go for at least another hour, if not a little bit longer. That's good? Okay. So controls, view map, hold position, move, attack, change form. Okay. Make the sound effects a little louder. Is that now too? I think I was on there. Okay. Okay. It is showing, right? Let me make sure. No, it's not. Okay, hang on. This is... Knew I was forgetting something. I like how... Is the sound good? Oh yeah, it's good. Also, we can't see anything. This one's also seems to be lagging a bit too. I'm gonna trust you guys that it's not. Now that it's not an old game, maybe it'll be more evident to your minds. Nestopia let you do... Okay. Can you play it on Nestopia? Is that lined up? Looks about right. Alright, how does that look? Does that look good, guys? It's kind of annoying me that OBS is like lagging, but like actually it's big annoying me. Because I don't know why it's doing that. Also, Twitch changed, kind of annoys me is Twitch changed how their panels work on their, because I'm trying to see my viewer count and I keep not being able to see it because it keeps changing sides. Alright, does that look good, guys, before I get started with this one? So this is Mabel in the Wood, and it's a, like I said, I think it's a Metroidvania. That's all I know about this one. It's a Metroidvania that I think involves not killing things, potentially. You have the option, at least. Do we have confirmation that the game visually looks good before I start? Because nobody's saying anything. I think it's a single wood. What do you mean you think it's a single wood? Anyway, it's Mabel and the Woods. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's... On OBS, it looks like it's stuttering a bit, but nobody else is saying it is. Awaken, awaken. Arise, arise. First bird of dawn. Carry us through the night. Do you know about this game, Sakani? Oh. Is that a little girl? That is not a little girl. That is the bringer of dawn. Looks like a little girl to me. Her chosen form matters not. She can change shape at will. I'm not changing shape. That's A. A is X then, apparently? She turns into a fairy. I thought all of the fairies were dead. I don't think she actually is a... Shut up! Is this what you were expecting, Elder Roy? Shut up. The prophecy is clear. She has awoken. Oh, great one. We have been preparing for your arrival. Please follow me. Okay. I know this must all feel a little unusual. I mean, are you a human or a fairy? Just take a little time to get used to it. Oh, great one. This way. Okay. Can I not use the control pad? They won't let me use the control pad. That's kind of stupid. Why would you use the control stick to play this? Why can't I use the D-pad? And then my sword gets... Okay. So you can only go so far from your sword, it looks like. I am the official sign painter. I hope you find them helpful. I spent a lot of time painting them. Can I not? That's all I can do. That's weird because I think it's because of the Xbox. Because what is attack then on this? I don't even have an attack button. I don't have, because X is, it says X has changed form, but that's not, nothing does attack. Did it give me options on... Can I change the controls? Why can't I change the controls? Why would you not give me the option to change the controls? It's not under UI options, is it? Well, okay. But that doesn't actually change anything. But it's not actually, unless I can't attack yet because they don't want to teach me to attack yet, which is possible. Also, Y does not do anything though. Okay, there we go. That's not Y, it's X. Okay, I bet I can't. I bet I can't attack yet. I don't like that I have to use the control stick. That's awful. Like, why would you ever play this with a control stick? Press X to drop your sword and fly. Press X again to summon your sword back to you. Okay. That's kind of interesting. Press up while flying higher to fly even higher. You can fly until your magic runs out. It recharges when you land. I kind of like how this controls. Yeah, D-pad doesn't do anything on the Switch. That's so dumb. Why would you not? Why would you make a 2D game and make you're forced to use the control stick? That's horrible. Anyone that thinks the control stick is better than the D-pad is full of craziness. Press X when the line turns red to pull your sword through enemies. Okay. But I didn't want to... Hang on. So this is supposed to be you didn't have to kill things. But then it's like, oh, hang on, you kill things. So I'd rather not. Hold up. You are the one that the prophecy speaks of. The bringer of dawn is resurrected. You must hunt great beasts. You must kill them and take their shape. The prophecy foretold all of this. You will carry us through the night. You will save us all. Yeah, but maybe I don't want to kill great beasts. So, is the sound too loud now? It looks like the sound volume changed. There's no map available yet. Yeah, playing this on the control stick makes me automatically like it less, just on that alone. Wow. That was awesome. I wish I could fly. I can barely even walk with all this armor on. Do you have it? Or are you playing it right now, Sakani? Okay, there's a barrel there. Hello there. Are you heading east? I'm heading up these mountains to find a great bridge. At least I am if I can get past these damn vines. So I can't do anything here yet. So I like how it had circle and X, but all those are the same button on my gamepad. So you're the savior those idiots are on about. Well, get on with it then. Okay. Who are you and how did you get here? Ugh, that damn incompetent fool. I'd have his head by now if he had any heads to spare. Well, never mind. Just be careful with that sword, or I'll be forced to confiscate it. With the Queen's Guard, we're evacuating this village to the eastern prairie. You might want to think about coming with us. The animals are starting to turn nasty. There's some weird cultists creeping around. It's not safe for little girls, even if you think you can handle that sword. Key. I kind of don't mind that it's all movement for the attack. Oh hey, haven't you been evacuated yet? Oh, hello there. Can I go into this chimney? No. Oh wait, can I not go in there before? How'd I open this door? Or did I just not realize? Key collected. So it seems like some doors can be destroyed? I guess because I had a line between it, maybe? Do I even want to risk, like, jumping off of this? Probably not. I don't have a choice. Mabel. I thought I might find you here. What happened? What are you doing so deep in the wood? Oh, it's a flashback. Your mother will be worried sick. Mind you, it's her fault, filling your head with fairy stories. Let's go home. I know, a shortcut. What the fuck is going on? So you didn't kill the old Queen of the Woods, and you found the old Vault Keeper's key. You're smarter than I thought. Well, I didn't... So, is this what they're talking about? Like, doing it without killing things? Like, technically you'd have to go to the woods, but I didn't? But I didn't get any transformations. So it's very easy to not... Or kinda. See, like, I didn't want to attack you. But it's kind of hard to not when the movement is wonky. I guess I can see why they needed you to do it with a D-pad or with the control stick, because it's a lot of moving, but I still think a D-pad would be fine. Okay, this leads to that other... This leads back up, I think. Oh, I have a map now. Yeah, you kind of have to kill, though. Like, they're like, oh, you don't have to kill, but you kind of have to, because how else are you going to get past these stupid slugs? Also, I guess my magic has increased, so I have a longer range now. Okay, I got a key. I do like the idea of this game. But I don't know if it's fully executed well. Like, the idea is really cool. Damn. Oh my god, this... Really? We're gonna make the entire screen be red while I'm dying? It is very slow. So I can't even go that way. She moves way too slow for it being all about motion. Yeah, the people who were saying they were right when they said it was clunky and stuff, absolutely. Oh my lord. I am very glad I didn't get this right away. Like, the idea of it seemed really cool, but... it's very awkward to play. Not to say I haven't... I'm not enjoying it. Like, I'm enjoying it well enough, but it is very awkward. Does the diamonds give me... I don't know what the diamonds do. I thought maybe they gave me more magic, but... yeah, I feel like if you're gonna make it about... also, occasionally I just go faster and I can't tell why. But if you're gonna make it about, like, you don't have to kill things, make it so that I don't have to kill things and don't make, like... the enemies actively impossible to avoid. Like, I guess you don't have to kill bosses, but you absolutely pretty much have to kill these things. If you want to have any chance of, like, not being frustrated to hell. Maybe? I can't tell. It's very clunky. Ah! So it looks like you can do... hang on. I'm trying to... it's as long as you have magic, you can keep, like... because basically your sword is so heavy. So as long as you have your sword on you, you're fucking... like, dragged down, because apparently she just cannot hold this damn sword. But you can kind of go like this. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to kill the bats, but, like... Yeah, this might not actually go as long as I thought it was going to go because I thought I might like fall in love with this game, and it's a little bit like, I don't know, I'm torn on it. I'm not hating it. Well, I'm just saying, like, maybe she should get a different sword then. Like, I think everything in this game, idea-wise, so far, is really interesting. I don't think it's as well designed as the mechanics. I think the mechanics are too ambitious for what they actually were able to make. Like, the whole movement system is very interesting. That's lava. That takes me down. Which I honestly don't know if I want to go down or not. Does this do anything? I gotta like wait for my magic to come back right there. Oh, so the lanterns are checkpoints. Okay. As soon as you land, you can get magic back. Oh, there's nothing up here. The diamonds give me more magic? I can't tell. Maybe they made me move a little faster? It's really hard to tell. What's this? Upgrade. Yeah, but what did it upgrade? But what did it upgrade? I guess my magic? I guess it gave me more magic. Yeah, no, the movement is very interesting. I love the idea of the movement. But I do think it's a little clunky. Okay, I can't. I have to go back. Okay, I'm glad I went this way, though, because I got more magic, which is always good. I don't know what those blue me's do, honestly. Okay, well, getting more magic helps. Can I even go this way? I don't know if I can. Maybe, but I don't know if I want to risk it. Is this the way I came from, though? Diamonds are currency, but you lose them as soon as you get hit. No, I didn't go this way because it's too dark. I didn't go any dark path yet. Where's this lead to? Oh. But if you keep losing them, then... Again, it reinforces the whole thing of the idea of you being able to do this without killing is pretty sketchy at best. The thing about a game where you don't have to kill like, it's fine to make the not killing the easier or harder option. That's fine. You know, I get it that sometimes it's easier to kill. That's fine to make it the harder option. It's a whole other thing to make it pretty much impossible to do it. Because, like, you really can't afford to avoid enemies in this. And it's definitely weird when you allow it for bosses, but that's it. Where am I even supposed to go? I guess this is the wrong way. Did I come from here? Do I want to go down more then? I can't go this way yet. Maybe I have to... I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. It's good to see you again. You're doing the right thing, you know. Am I? There's nothing worth saving if everyone's dead. But I don't even know what I'm doing. Yeah, lack of light is not really good. And I can't tell, like, here's the thing. I'm apparently doing the no killing path. But I didn't even attempt, like, I have no problem doing that, you know, but I didn't even try to go that path. I just was exploring, and it's like, you're doing the right thing. It's like, okay, well, cool. I didn't really get a choice in the matter, but I know I could probably go back up and decide to get off this path, to be fair, but I guess I'm in this room. Yeah, it's really hard to see anything. What you're seeing is what I'm seeing, by the way. This isn't a case of, like, bug fables. What you're seeing is what I'm seeing. Yeah, but I don't want to go. I want to go down first, I guess. I don't have a key. I might stop this one, because I'm kind of like... I'm feeling very lost. But not in a good way. Oh, now I'm over here. How the hell did I end up over here? I'm on the right side of the map now. This is made in Game Maker. Was the Kickstarter, like, advertised as a game with no violence? Because it's kind of upsetting a little bit that you would allow the game. You would say, "Oh, we're making a game where you don't have to kill," but then, like, from the design point, like, I don't know how you would do this, like, without. You would pretty much have to, like, I don't know. It's very frustrating to try and actually not kill things. It's not like I'm actively trying to kill things. It's just... Okay. I barely have enough magic, it looks like. Oh, well, I can okay, cool. What even is this? Ah! I don't know what I did. I broke the game, apparently. I don't know if I'm supposed to have something else for this section. I really don't know. Hunt down massive... Yeah, but then they give you the option of having to not have to kill the bosses. They mainly advertise the idea of not killing the bosses. But like, to my point then is, why not... It seems kind of weird to not go all in. This is also really bad, by the way. I don't know if this is what you're supposed to do, but if it is what you're supposed to do, it's very bad. There's a boss over there. Oh, so it's like the Shadows of the Colossus. But here's the thing, okay? So is that the only way you can get new forms is by killing bosses, right? So you either you kill bosses and get new forms, or you actively make the game less fun in order to not kill, which is fine, but like, I feel like they didn't have a cohesive idea of what they actually wanted. Yeah, this game is a mixed bag. Elliot's Quest, by the way, if you got that, I don't know if it's still on sale, but it's definitely way better controlled than this. But I only mention it because it reminds me, the character design is a little similar. Where am I even... Oh, there's a wizard. Are you a boss? You're not a boss, though, are you? So here's the thing, if this guy, like, is this the path? So it's not even no killing, it's just no killing the last of their kinds, then, maybe. Because I assume the skull is the boss. It is on sale. Oh, that's sad. Can I even... I don't even think I can get over there. Kind of disappointing because this was a game I was looking forward to, but then I heard the reviews saying it wasn't that good, and I was like, well, okay, then I'm not. I don't even know where I'm supposed to be going here. I mean, I didn't think I could make it this way because I don't think I had enough. Oh, I can just skip him anyway. Can I don't know if I can make that. I don't think I can. But I don't know where else to go besides backtracking. Yeah, I can't go this way. Or if I can't, or I don't think I can. Well, I can't go that way. Where even was the path that I was on? It's down here. Well, I'm debating it, Sakani. I am debating. No, that's where I entered. I'm debating stopping. I really am. I am trying to give the game a fair shake, but yeah, this one, Ugh. It's unfortunate. Because I do like the idea of it. I like the idea of it a lot, but it seems like it was a little bit too ambitious for its own good. This is the way. Yeah, but I can't do anything here. Yeah, okay, we're gonna quit. I don't know if I can even recommend this one. I really don't. It's kind of a mess, honestly. I don't think I'm gonna play more of it because it's kind of a hot mess, unfortunately. Which is unfortunate. I was honestly really intrigued in this one. No, I probably do need a different form. That's the thing is, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot to be said. The fact that the forms are locked behind killing things is kind of lame. The fact that I didn't even like try to do an alternate path, I just did. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't really feeling that one, sadly. It's probably the worst one I've played tonight, and it's unfortunate because I like the idea of it. Let me tell Discord I'm playing a new game. I mean, I played a few new games. What are we at? So I'm not seeing a lot of people here. I don't know if I lost people. It's kind of unfortunate. This is the thing with the randomizer is I never know if I'm going to keep people. People, you know, are in or out. So it could just be the game that's being played is boring, which is part of it too. Where are we at time-wise? 2 hours, 20. So we'll do at least one more, if not maybe two more. I don't want to go on too much longer. We've played 1, 2, 3, 4 games tonight. Okay, let me just quickly here. Summer, you're still here, right? It's also really hot. The thing that sucks is the sun. So the way my room is, it's hotter at night than it is during the day for me, because the sun bakes this side of the house before it sets. So this side of the house gets super hot near the end of the night, and the kitchen gets hot during the day. There's a lot of game-breaking bugs. South is still here. Well, I wanted Summer only because Summer hasn't picked a number yet. But I haven't even revealed what I had here. I probably won't, because if people want to do this again, I'll probably keep the same list and maybe add a few more and just keep going. Like, assuming people want to see more of me doing this randomizer. So we have 10. So Summer is going to pick the one you already picked. Well, it's not going to matter because I've shifted them all around. Like, they're not the same numbers they were. So whatever Summer picks, it's going to be something different than what it was. So Summer, pick a number between 1 and 10. 4. Yeah, you know what? I'm fine with this. I don't know how long this one's going to go either for another one, but this one I'm actually fine with playing as well. It's another one I heard of and thought about getting but never did. Take that off the list. So you may do one more after this. We'll see. If not, this might be it. But let me get this started here. Let me put the text first so that Summer can change it. I believe this is made by the Rumbo people. Put it in Discord, Mega. Found a post that lists all the Metrovanias in the bundle. Oh, you're saying you put that in Discord? Give me a second. That should be good. That's gotta go down though. That's still gotta go down. Oh, because I'm not... Hang on, because I'm not changing the right one. How's that? Sound too soft or sound too loud? Wait, why am I in... Why is it in Dutch? Sounds fine-ish? What does fine-ish mean? Sounds soft. How about now? This is not English! Okay, because it is in Dutch. Thank you. Okay. I must have hit that by accident. This is another one that won't let me use my control pad. Let me see if I can change it, though. Okay, I can change it. Dodge. What does that mean? Axis 3, joystick 1. Button 4 for dodge. Okay, that's... Yeah, that one's fine. That one's button 1. Burst. Button 5. I don't know how that's gonna work, but I need anything but the stupid, whatever I had before. We're not doing Swahili. Oh my god, Summer. Hang on. If it's too loud, I'm blaming Summer. Okay, that should be good. I also don't know what I don't know what this does. I have no idea what the fun does. No, this one is made by, like, they made Rumbo, I'm pretty sure. This company made, like, look up Rumbo Maker. I don't know what any of this means, though. Like, I don't know what that changes. Does this change anything? I'm not saying it's Chinese, by the way, either. But I don't know what that changes, is what I'm scared. I hate also that I have to, like, if I switch any of my windows, it takes out the sound, unfortunately. But I need to get everything set up here. Okay. We'll go with pineapple. Fine. I don't know what that does. There are countless Earths spread across countless alternate realities. Diverse and fascinating worlds like our own, where one small change can lead to a vastly different ecosystem, organism, and societies. However, interdimensional travel can lead to crime, contamination, and horrible consequences. One organization is responsible for the care and protection of every reality, Rift. Regulators of it, blah blah blah. Okay. The Extraverse, Rift headquarters. Sorry, I didn't choose ah. Ah is not fun for me. This is your cell, Mr. Something. Vicorix? Oh, thanks. This is a bit overwhelming, Agent Zara. Don't worry, I'll make it clear in my report that it was just accidental interdimensional travel. Everything will be cleared up in a few hours, okay? Thanks, I know it's too late, but I'm sorry for all the trouble. There was this strange light and suddenly I was somewhere else, and I was so confused. All those people without tentacles, they look so tasty. These things happen sometimes. There are Earths where food looks like people and people looks like food. That's why Rift exists. Luckily, there were no casualties, but it's why we closely regulate interdimensional travel here. It's gotta be so cool to be a Rift agent and visit all those worlds. Where are we now? The Rift headquarters. This is where we open portals to other Earths and monitor for portal activation signatures. Wow, it sounds awesome. Sorry to keep you busy, Agent Zara. I'm a bit nervous, but I'll stay here and not cause any trouble. Okay. Well, we're not going to worry about the controls just yet. Okay, he's still a little nervous. It's not scrolling bad for you guys, right? Like, there's no weird lag. It must just be OBS. You know what the setting does now? I'm curious. The briefing is about to begin, Lady Zara. Take the elevator down and head to the portal room. Look, this one is probably the fun. Like, I already am liking this game already. It's got some cool. This is another game I was thinking of getting and just never did. But it's got some cool aesthetics to it. And this time, ensure that the budget includes proper pre-mission analysis. I will not tolerate another Bernstein incident. I have enough on my plate having to deal with the other directors. Yes, ma'am. I'll let the branch leads know about the new budget. Cuts. Anything else? Don't ma'am me, Assistant Director. Inform Commissioner Wiseheart to keep her agents busy. I'm tired of seeing them slacking around doing nothing. Oh, hi, Zara. I heard you just handled yet another successful case. Hi, Dash. Hi, Director De La Borde. Yeah, there was this Zagorthian and... I don't have time for this. You have your orders, Sterling. Yikes, the Director can be kind of scary sometimes. Don't let her intimidate you. Good job with the Zugithian. There's too many strange words in this game. Well, it seems like you're busy. I'm running late to the briefing. Get going. So far as games that I would want to play again, the D&D romance game is one of them. So the controls in this are a little awkward, honestly. They're not bad, just a little getting used to. Congratulations on the mission. Okay. Well, what's in the training room? Oh, hello. The briefing in the portal room opposite the gym. Here in the gym is just me and my muscles. Haha. Hi, Skip. I'm not too late, right? Just in time. It kind of sucks because Rumbo and this, like, are both good, or this seems like a good game, and I don't think anybody played this game but me. Which is unfortunate. What's the eyes for the weird flower man? Just in time. The briefing is about to start. You shouldn't cut it so close, Zara. I was just wrapping up the Zugithian case. Thanks for your advice during the mission, by the way. I couldn't have done it without you. Don't be so modest. I'm impressed you were able to take down that tentacle guy. He looked tough. He wasn't so tough. In fact, now I'm feeling bad for having to put him in the cell. He's not really dangerous. Ahem. Good morning, everyone. Let's start the weekly briefing. Agent Sinclair and her comm operator, Agent Holist, just completed an urgent mission involving a misplaced Zugathian. The Zugathian had accidentally crossed over a spontaneous portal to another Earth. Certainly caused a shock for the locals. Rest assured, the Zugathian is safely locked in confinement. There were no casualties and the contamination was minimal. Good to hear. Moving on, what news from Sphere? The science, physics, engineering, and research team is working on refining methods for tracing the origin of portals using dimensionite residue. In addition to that, Dr. Freya Gonlova is here with updates from the agents placed in Gutopia. Look, Skip, it's Dr. Freya. It's nice to see her back in HQ. Her metabiology class is my favorite in the academy. Nerd. Our research team has discovered several new types of exotic substances in the last few months. We have also made great progress with the healing goo refining process. However, I have some concerns regarding our policies of conservation of dimensional ecosystems, or lack thereof. That's a matter you can bring up with the board of directors, Dr. Gronlova. Just make everyone's name impossible to pronounce. This is Summer must have known what this was when picking it. There's no way she would have, but there's not much I can do about it. Agent Lovepaws, what's the status on the world-dominating AI situation on Azimovi? We can't risk it to spread to the other Earths. Just about finished. Azimovi will be under my control in no time. I mean, free of anyone's control, not under my control. Agent Hollis, we have some updates related to the Ripjaw gang's presumed interdimensional smuggling. We need a proper analysis of the case. On it, ma'am. I'll proceed to evaluate the risk and potential mission parameters. I bet it's my turn next. Agent Pineapple is absent as he's... Is this what it has to do with? Does it change who this person is? Would it be Agent is absent as he's working undercover in the Thunderdome, following yet another amazing case of dimensional espionage on Tord. Come on, what's my new assignment? I can't wait. And that's it for today. What? Before you finish, Sergeant Ironbulk has asked me to remind everyone to please attend your regular training sessions. Agents that have not yet completed them will not be assigned new cases until they do. I totally forgot. Zara, I've got to do my training session right now. See you later, Skip. I wanted to, but they wouldn't let me. Hi, Sarge. You finally showed up for your training, kiddo. It's been a while. I'm sorry I keep forgetting. You know I love the gym, but I was busy. You gots to be here every day, Sinclair. The body is like a beautiful garden, and a garden needs constant attention and protein. Who actually got this bundle, by the way? Did any of you? I know Pond did, but like who has access to all these games? Because anyone who got it could be playing this now if they wanted to. I'm already in tip-top shape, Sarge. I throw a mean right hook. Quit flapping your jaws and start moving, Sinclair. Jumping, dodging, and fighting. The course is all set up for you. But first, let's see how you handle the proton slinger Dr. Squatch gave you. And make it snappy. Today is chest day. Okay. Press jump to jump across platforms and wall jump. Press attack or heavy attack to break the targets. Press down and jump to drop. Hold forward to grab ledges. So that's heavy attack, that's light attack. Hold forward to grab ledges, but... Oh, it must be up more. Okay. I don't know why OBS is doing... I mean, I trust you guys. You wouldn't say it wasn't doing this weird lag thing, but it's so weird that it's doing it on OBS. When an anchor is within Zara's proton slinger range, it will illuminate and indicate the direction it will take you. Holding down aim, throw, and aiming with the mouse or directional keys will allow you to aim an anchor. Once highlighted, release aim throw fires out of the proton slinger. Okay. So this is dodge. That's dodge. And you can also roll with that. Okay. Okay, so I can see why they want you to do... why they would want you to have a control stick for this, but I still prefer the D-pad. Hold and release. So if you press... But you can also press the other button I have that... Like, instead of releasing, you can press a button to make it happen. Yeah, there's... I mean, we're not even close to... We've literally played 5 of... Like, what? What do we have entirely? Oh, okay. Oh, this is... Okay, this is cool. Okay, this is where I actually might want to do with the control stick, honestly. Only because... I wish that wasn't tied. I wish it wasn't tied to movement. I wish you could do both. This would actually be easier with the control stick, and that was the default option. But yeah, we played 5 of like what? 1,000, 100, 11,000, 1,100. Attack with using heavy attack. Zara has a variety of attacks at her disposal, and can, by inputting certain button combinations, you can only be formed on the ground. Oh my god, it's a fighting attack. Light, uppercut, light and heavy, light, light, heavy. Oh my lord. I'm not gonna remember all these. I'm not gonna be doing any of that. But that's cool. Why am I ruining the game feel? I mean, it's whatever works for me. For everyone else, it's probably 5, but... I think this is probably, like, I feel like this game a lot of people here will really enjoy it, honestly. Like, I'm already really digging it. And like, spoilers... Oh, wait, hang on. The energy meter is set of 5 bars. It fills when Zara collects energy from defeating enemies. Hold heal to heal yourself. Healing costs 1 bar of energy. And you can heal multiple times in a row by... So it's Hollow Knight. That's literally just Hollow Knight. Press burst to unleash a powerful area of an effect attack that hurts and knocks back any enemies in range. Press the fireball to fire Zara's most devastating attack, the fireball. It deals enough damage to defeat or stun most enemies, and especially... Okay, you must aim your shot carefully. Did I have... I want to see what I have the controls for... So heal I had, I think was B. Burst was joystick access 3. Would I have that? Well, this is heal. That's the... Okay, that's the fireball. Okay, that's burst. Okay, cool. So, spoilers. there's an Ace Attorney element to this game, I'm pretty sure, from what I remember on pre-release. Dodging is one of Zara's most useful abilities. She can dodge obstacles like bullets and lasers as well as enemy attacks. Press dodge to dodge. Successful dodging adds energy to your energy meter. Okay. This has got a pretty good combat system, honestly. It's kind of like, let's add Guacamelee and Hollow Knight and like just add a bunch of games together pretty much. It's got some good character design. I'm really like, it's kind of making me sad that no one wanted to play this game. Sling to the top. Okay. There we go. Not too shabby, Sinclair. You really know your way around the proton slinger. It's great for moving around once you get the hang of it. Well, you're ready for duty. If you forget anything, be sure to check your training manual on your datacom. Yes, sir. I believe Commissioner Wiseheart wanted to see you in the office. Make sure you go to her. Don't keep her waiting. It wasn't the portal room, was it? Oh, offices. Well, I mean, it could be administrative, but... Oh, you're like a mermaid. Hello, Commissioner Wiseheart. Director Sterling, did you want to see me? Zara, take a seat, please. Is something wrong, Commissioner? Quite the contrary. Your training and mission performance reports have been outstanding. You are one of our most promising agents, Zara. That's right. Agent Hollister and you make a great team, with an excellent mission success rate. We have high hopes for you. Thanks, Director Sterling. That means a lot coming from a decorated agent like you. I'll pay him no compliments, Sinclair. He gets enough praise already. Now, for the reason we called you here, Agent Sinclair, we think you should get... the thing is, this character design reminds me of, like, Way Forward, except for... And Pon's gonna say it if I don't. The elephants aren't horny. What's that noise? The intruder alarm. Someone has infiltrated the station. The door won't budge. We're trapped in the office. They must have hijacked the security system and locked all the doors. Zara, there's a utility tunnel over there under the floor panel. Take it and get the portal to the portal room ASAP. So the utility tunnel should lead me to the portal room, right? Yes, be careful down there, Zara. I bet that whoever hijacked the system has activated the security lasers. And it's the only way to get there. I'll find a way to avoid them. If Way Forward could design good characters. Some of their characters are good. Oh man, I really need to like put this back on the control stick. This is not the game being bad. This is me trying to do this with the D-pad. How do I... Oh, there we go. How deep do these tunnels go? Wow, it's too early. Oh, because hang on. What is changing the? It's just my position, right? It's just my position in conjunction with the thing that changes the angle. Okay. These shiny rocks look like the dimensionite residue a portal leaves behind. Who would have opened a portal here? Okay, so see, here's where we get the evidence aspect. Because the tunnel is not only double-crossed because of, you know, dimensions, but also because it's got mystery element to it. Do you hear that? Someone's down here. This is a checkpoint terminal. In addition to offering you the checkpoint in the level, if you die, you can access the terminals to equip various upgrades that increase Zara's abilities. To access that functionality, you must reach level 1 by collecting enough upgradium. Really? And completing a level. Throughout your travels across multiple dimensions, you will find glowing shards of upgradium. There are certain amounts of upgradium in every level. At the end of every level, all the upgradium you collected is tallied up and converted into experience that levels up Zara. Keep in mind, though, that if you do not reach the end of the level, you don't get to keep the upgradium and level up. Every time you level up, you will unlock either a permanent upgrade or an equipable upgrade, or both. Permanent upgrades are new abilities that Zara unlocks that can be used anytime, anywhere. These include new attacks and increased health. Equipable upgrades vary in function and type. They are only active if Zara equips them by visiting a checkpoint terminal. Zara can equip 3 equipable upgrades at a time. These range from generating a shield to increasing her movement speed. If you're in a difficult spot, snoop around for some upgradium, complete a level to level up, and reach a checkpoint terminal to equip them. Okay, unlocks at level 1, so I haven't got that yet, but it's good to know. Look, a rift agent. Get her before she reaches the boss. Dude, those are... What are these dinosaurs? These are adorable. It does control a little wonky at times. Like, I don't know if you can tell by the animation. Like, it doesn't control bad, but it's just the movement doesn't really... It isn't as refined as far as game feel is concerned. Like, the controls are fine, but the game feels a little off. But I don't think that's like a minor complaint, honestly. What were those dinosaurs? They dropped this wrench. I haven't seen this symbol before. Okay. The portal room should be just above me. I mean, I don't even need those. I can just do this. This is... What is this? Ugh, this is so sticky. Some kind of goo? What is it doing here? Vicious substance. Viscous sub... I don't know, whatever. You, stop right there. Sinclair. How do you know my name? Who are you? Doesn't matter. All of Rift will fall. What? Not on my watch. You're too late, Sinclair. I already got what I needed. There are more agents on their way. I won't let you escape. I'll be gone long before they arrive. But let me give you some advice, Sinclair. Leave Rift. Crawl back to the Earth you call home, and let us adults redefine the multiverse. It is Sigma. And that's the last thing I remember. Based on the bump in my head, I guess they knocked me unconscious. Well, at least you managed to see the intruder. All the cameras have been turned off, so we have no visual on them. The person with the mask mentioned something about having what they needed. Did they steal something? Yes, they took a metacatalyst from the lab storage area, though we're not sure how. Metacatalysts are highly volatile and only exist at high temperatures. They need some special equipment to take one. What exactly is a metacatalyst? Can you give me more information? Why do you think they took it? It's a dangerous energy source that can be weaponized. I recommend getting some more information from Dr. Squatch. There's something of greater concern. The security and the camera controls are locked by several passwords. Only a handful of Rift employees would have access to that information. If only some of us have the password and access to the cameras, then how did the intruder get the metacatalyst? Either our intruder is one of us, or they got help from the inside. I would bet on the former, as they saw it fit to hide behind a mask. A traitor. It makes sense. They knew my name. I'm preparing a case file. The code name for their leader, the masked intruder, is Suspect X. I like it. Where do I start? I'm going to check the file, see which Rift personnel have been in the sector on the station during the day. You said you found some odd clues, right? Talk to Dr. Squatch, Dr. Gronald, and Agent Hollister and see if they can help you figure them out. Come back to me after you have spoken to the other agents about the items you found. Throughout your travels, you will come across special objects that are essential to your investigation. Once collected, Zara adds them to her clues menu outside the case log. Show the item to the correct person. Once you show the correct clue to the correct person, it gets placed inside the appropriate case file. Once you identify and place 2 to 3 correct clues in their case file, you may submit it. To submit a case file, talk to Commissioner Wisehart. In the case file, if the case file has sufficient evidence, you may be able to locate and interrogate the suspect of the case. Okay. So let's go and do some investigating. Dude, I'm really liking this one, honestly. I'm glad to see you're okay. You fought some of the intruders, right? Did they drop any clues we could use to identify them? Well, are you sure? Like, do you only get one chance at this, or... this wretch isn't from Rift. This symbol isn't ours, but I feel like I've seen it somewhere. One of those dinosaur-like intruders dropped it. They seem to be working for Suspect X. Maybe they're Reptarians. Oh right, I recently saw this symbol in the file for the Ripjaw gang. Reptarians, the Ripjaw gang. Riptaria is an Earth where dinosaurs never went extinct and developed an amazing civilization. That is until a couple centuries back when a cataclysm turned their entire world into a barren wasteland where nothing grows. Most Reptarians... Dude, that's just Lambo. Most Reptarians, it's not, but... any dinosaur man I see is just now Lambo. Now live in small communities that trade their... This is also just Fury Road, though, actually. From, Mad Max. But with dinosaurs. But gangs ruled by warriors such as Riptar Raid... Wait, it's a Toy Story villain? It must be from 4 then. What's more, there are suspicions that Ripjaw has been smuggling tech from other dimensions, but we haven't found proof of this. If the mass intruder is gathering allies in Riptaria, let's add to your target destinations in the investigation, Zara. You're the best, Skip. We're gonna crack this case in no time. Okay, so was that right? Or was that wrong? Like, I can't tell if that was wrong or... Okay, I can't go... I can go past him, okay. Did you find any clues, Zara? As a metabiologist, I could help you identify any unknown substances. Okay, so let's... The goo. Where did you find this absorbing goo, Zara? Have you been to Gootopia lately? I've never been there, Dr. Freya. Isn't that where you've been doing your research? What do you know about this absorbing goo? It's a very common substance that occurs naturally in the swampy areas of Gootopia. This goo is an unparalleled insulator. We often use it to transport highly dangerous materials. Even a bomb can be rendered harmless if dumped in this substance. We use it a lot at our research stations on Gootopia, but those stations have been under attack by unnatural monsters as of late. Interesting. The intruders could have used this to hold a stolen metacrystal. Apparently it's really hot, so that would make sense. That would be the best way to transport a metacatalyst, Zara. This Suspect X knows their stuff. Thanks for your insight, Dr. Freya. Utopia is a fascinating dimension. The rate of new discoveries is unprecedented. Okay, but I don't have that yet. It's such a mess. If only we had some dimensionite, I could isolate the intruder's initial traversal point. Oh, you found some dimensionite. Great. Let me analyze it so I can isolate its dimensional footprint. It seems that the portal was opened from Earth JPN 160 Alpha, more commonly known as the Thunderdome. Wasn't Pineapple the one that was going there? The Thunderdome is a world ruled by robots. They overthrew the humans that created them and took over their Earth. Then they turned the Thunderdome into a pleasure palace for tourists from other realities. but a robot called Honcho, chairman of the... So here's my thing. Does the fun change what this is? I wonder. I don't know. I'm curious. I kind of wants to kind of tell me, but is believed to have an iron. Or I wonder if the fun changes who is actually behind it. I don't know. No, that can't be though. One of our best agents is currently investigating Honcho. We think he's bribing Rift agents to turn a blind eye to unregulated dimensional travel. Huh, it might be worth heading to the Thunderdome and paying Honcho a visit. He could easily be connected to this. Sounds like a good lead. Thanks for the info, Sam. Okay. Once you figured out this... Okay, yeah. I see you gather some clues and identify their origin. Gutopia, Reptaria, and Thunderdome. 3 seemingly unrelated Earths. It looks like Suspect X gathered allies in Reptaria, made use of the substance from Gutopia, and traveled through the Thunderdome. Each of those Earths has links that might be related to the case. Ripjaw smuggling, Honcho's bribing Rift agents, and an admiral in Gutopia. Well, Sinclair, I'd say you already have some good leads for the investigation. The case is in your hands now. I'll send you the files on those 3 Earths and have you cleared to access them. Can I have Skip as my comm operator as usual? Yes, but be careful. I know Hollister is your friend, but trust no one. I know I can trust you as we were in the same room. The same goes for Dash. Don't worry, Skip is trustworthy. Is there anything else I should know before I head out? First, Dr. Squatch said the metal catalyst that Suspect X stole could be weaponized, so we must expect the worst and act swiftly. I've gathered a list of Earth employees who were in the area when the incursion happened. All of them should be in your case log. If you can collect enough evidence from different worlds, I can issue a warrant for the arrest of whoever is behind those crimes, and we can bring them in for questioning. It's impossible that an outsider broke through my security system. It must have been someone from Rift. So, infiltrated Rift and robbed us is someone from Rift. My partner in Rift missions, Rift's lead science researcher, expert in life forms from different worlds. My boss was with me when Suspect X appeared. Assistant director at Rift, former agent, was with me when Suspect X appeared. Trainer at the Rift HQ gym, warden of Rift prison, lead cyberneticist at Rift, director general of Rift, imprisoned for accidental travel. The mysterious Suspect X stole a meta-catalyst from Rift and left through a portal. Who is Suspect X? Only someone from Rift could have access to the storage area. Worlds of Gutopia. Okay. Dude, I might actually do more of this game. I'm really digging this one. Hi Sam, is the portal ready? You arrived just in time. I sent the computer to authorize you to access Reptaria, Gutopia, and Thunderdome. As per Wiseheart's request, I've already pre-selected target areas in each of those Earths. In Reptaria, a factory that Ripjaw's gang used as a base, a canyon they used to move stolen supplies, and a scrapyard where a deserter may have information for us. In Gutopia, there's a swamp full of mutated monsters, a cave with dimensional whatever, and a goo-infested lab where we lost some valuable formulas. In Thunderdome, you'll rendezvous with Agent Pineapple, and with an informant Funky, with informant Funky, we're also putting a stealth mission into one of Honcho's palaces. Good work, Sam. I'll check all those areas out. Hopefully I'll find some clues to who took the meta-catalyst and why. Be careful out there. These locations all seem quite dangerous. I feel like I should at least do one level before I switch if we're going to do one more game. I kind of want to do one more game, but... Yes, I'm onto something very exciting. I'm analyzing some dimensional whatever in the residual radiation that extraverse portals leave behind after being closed. Oh yeah? If I can synchronize the radiation signatures with some temporal interpolation, I should be able to map a chronology of Suspect X's travels. It's fascinating. Would you like to see? Maybe some other time, Sam. Gotta go. I want to, like, explore here for a second, though. Hi, Helena. Is everything in order around here? Greetings, Lady Zara. Not a soul has ever caused trouble on my watch, and none ever will. Oh, yeah, I know. I was just asking how you're doing. Upholding my oath, Lady Zara. You should know that. I'm asking about you. How was your weekend? It's small talk. Oh, I apologize. Even after all this time, the customs of your worlds elude me sometimes. My weekend was fine. I've been training with some of these weapons. I like to collect them from other worlds and train to be proficient with all of them. Your own mastery with the proton slinger is impressive. I hope someday you teach me some of your techniques, Lady Zara. Will do, and you teach me how to swing one of those broadswords. Wow, did I hear it right? Intruders in Rift? This is like a movie or something. Is it Cloud Sword? Yeah, it definitely is. Did I go to administration before? Hello, Director Sterling. Hi, Zara. You can just call me Dash, and it's Assistant Director anyways. Oh, true. You were promoted recently, right? What is it? What is it an Assistant Director of Rift does exactly? Office work mostly. There's more bureaucracy at such a big and important organization than I would have imagined at your age. You used to be an agent, though, in the academy. The profs talked about you all the time. An example to follow for all recruits. That's what they said. Haha, that's a bit exaggerated. Yes, I was an agent like you, and it was great, but there's important work to do here as well. See that pile of paperwork? It's encoded reports from cover agents, research stations, and portal scouts. I have to go through them, and then there's the station management, controlling the permission levels. Summer did change the game, right? I'm just kind of thinking, I hope Summer changed the game. Well, it's kind of boring, but necessary. Gotcha, I'll let you get back to it. See ya! Good morning, Director. Huh? Sinclair, isn't it? It's 3 p.m. Don't good morning me. I like the imprisoned tentacle cat is just I made a groove. Oh wait, oh no, others have what? What? What is Summer talking about? Oh, sorry, didn't notice. I see you have free time in your hands. Have you already figured out who invaded our installation? Actually, not yet. And what are you doing here? Waiting for me to solve it for you? Go back to work, or I'll find you a different assignment. Yes, ma'am. What a waste of time. Who's the other? If that's the director, who's the other one? I want to go up real quick. I'll definitely do a level before I stop this. I guess here's the question is, should I do one more, or do you think this is a good game to end on? We've been what's our time? 3 hours? Okay, there's nothing to do here. Hi, Skip. What's going on? Oh, nothing. Just making a list of figures I'm missing from my collection. Oh, those toys you got in your office. They're cool. They're not toys. They're action figures, okay? Collectibles. They're extremely valuable. Yeah, collectibles. My bad. Skip, so see you at the next mission? Of course, unless it's a specialized mission and needs someone else's expertise. I'm your comm ops. Ada, how are you? Zara, I'm feline good. Come check these videos of cute cats I found on the internet. You like that the imprisoned tentacle cat is like, oops, I made a goof. I'll wait. Oh, no others have problems? This is just like TV. Oh. Why do you think it's a cat? Darn, it's been like half an hour. How do you get so many cat videos? And what is that with the fire-breathing cats? You know, it's a perk from being able to access all the internets. What's with fire-breathing today? Are you still working on that mission with the AI overlord that had taken over all the networks on that high-tech Earth? Girl, that was like a week ago. Easy. There's no computer in any dimension that can withstand my skills. I'm positive about that. I might have kept a backdoor in Osmosis networks, and I might be forcing them to watch cat videos every now and then. You're a tyrant, Ada. All cats are, Zara. You should know that. Touché. But wait, she's a cat, right? So, like, is watching cat videos like... Like, that'd be like watching human videos, which, like, yeah. Hello, Dr. Freya. Hello, Zara. I hope my investigation about Gutopia substance was helpful to your investigation. Oh, yes, it was. Now, Gutopia is one of my destinations for my mission, so thank you. Is there anything else you know about Gutopia? As you know, I direct some of the Sphere research stations there. Gutopia's ecology and resources are marvelous. I wish we didn't mine so much goo for our own purposes at Rift. It's a delicate ecosystem, and it should be protected. Do you think the mining operations might have something to do with the anomalies we've found here? The abandoned lab and all that stuff? It's possible, Zara. If you find anything strange at Gutopia, I'll be happy to help you with it. Okay. I kind of want to go to the Thunderdome just because I want to see what Agent Pineapple looks like. But also... Also, this is just Goof Troop font, I'm pretty sure. You can pick different levels. Yeah, let's do this one, and we'll probably just do the one level. Bright neon lights, music, and possibly tall buildings, and all kinds of fun. This city is great. It's beautiful on the outside, but on the inside it's a bit dangerous. Your mission is to rendezvous with Agent Pineapple, so stay sharp. He's the Rift agent who has been investigating Honcho, right? Correct. He says he has important information about him that could be helpful to our case. Pineapple is a legendary undercover agent. I can't wait to meet him. RNG simulations? Okay. Zara, over here. Who's there? It's me, Pineapple, this way. Agent Pineapple? That's my name, and don't wear it out. Come on, we don't have all day. So, I wonder if Pineapple is what was changed with fun. What is he when he's ah? I'm sorry, I didn't recognize you. Of course you didn't. I'm a master of disguise. I could see that. So what info do you have on Honcho? I've been gathering tons of evidence, and it's not just about Honcho. That Suspect X case you're in, I think I can help. You know something about Suspect X? I've been tracking Rift agents here in the Thunderdome. I've compiled a list that I call the Pineapple Files. Target acquired. Start return operation. Deploy assassins. Agent Pineapple! Okay, I have to do something. Hang on. Oh, those are soccer balls I can do. Okay, hang on. I know I'm leaving here. I'm very curious here. So what changes? Does anything change with this? I'm really curious. Or is it something else that changes? What? Maybe they do different things. Why is it all? That's gonna be the raid message, by the way. Why? Well, okay, so then he's not pineapple. So what is he now? Oh my god! Oh. Why? This game is so amazing. I know this is wasting time, but I'm curious as to what changes here. Is he a pineapple now? I mean, I'm not gonna know what his name is because it's gonna. No, he's still a pineapple. So that has nothing to do with him being Agent Pineapple then? He's just always a pineapple. So, what is all the fun? Why is everything... Ah! I don't know which ah is ah! I like how save and quit is still the same though. Okay, we're never doing that again. I'm sad that Sakani wasn't here for that because it's pretty funny. No items, speed run. So that probably changes stuff. But I don't know, like, what would... I'm curious as to what all the changes are. What's Kwai do? This is, like, the best thing. I like this option. It's really dumb. Did it change my appearance? I can't tell. I don't know what that actually changed, though. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to look up what all this does, because apparently it's not the same thing. They're all different options. I don't know what Pineapple did then. We'll just go with very fun. We'll go back to very fun. Okay, well, let's do this level now for real. But I had to check. I can't believe. Ah. I was not expecting that. I don't know what I was expecting, but not that. Okay, so he's still Agent Pineapple. I'm kind of shocked that he's always Agent Pineapple, but sure. Well, I don't know what a pineapple did, though. That's what I can't tell. I kind of almost want to look it up. Can I get up there? Looks like this just bounces you over here. Those robots have adopted Agent Pineapple. I have to stop them. Oh, there's some upgradium. See him flying up ahead and forward. I just want... Is there any upgradium down here? Okay, those do... Yeah, I probably won't do another game, honestly. I don't think I'm going to do any, because it's late, and there's not many people left here, so I probably am not going to play anything else. But this game, I might honestly do a full playthrough of this, honestly. This is really fun. And I'm definitely not against doing more itchio streams in the future. Because we got plenty of games to go through. Are you back, Sakani? Pick one more? You left, though! I'm pretty sure. Also, you missed Ah. I did Ah. It was very amazing. I guess I can maybe do one more. We'll see. I want to finish this level first, though. You never left? Well, did Pawn leave then? I guess Pawn must have left. You weren't saying anything, so I just assumed you left. Then why does Twitch say I only have 2 viewers? It's lying to me then. This level design is very interesting because it's all over the place, but I don't really have a problem with it. Like, it's not very linear. We're headed for the skyscraper up ahead. But I kind of want to see... I think I'm missing some upgrading, probably. You were swimming. Oh, in Animal Crossing. I need to do more of that. I need to do more of Pascal. I got another Scallops Day, and I got nothing from it, which is weird. Again, I don't know. I don't know how he works, honestly. I'm just gonna go forward, honestly. If we're doing one more, we're only doing this level then. But I'm definitely not against playing more of this in the future, honestly. Okay, wait, hang on. It just changes random things. Well, I kind of figured that out because Ah was just Ah. Okay, there we go. I'm like, there must be something I'm missing. Level 1. How do I get level 1? You can just beat a level? Stop destroying my soccer balls! Oh god. Do I need to heal? Can I get up there? Can't tell. Doesn't look like it. Okay, there's upgrading down there. Oh, that's cool. Okay, but I gotta do this first. Hang on. Did I lose it, or... Okay, I got it. I'm screwed. Probably a lot later than I was gonna go on this one, but this game itself I'm really enjoying this specific game. It's, like I said, this was one of the ones I thought about getting, I just never did, but I'm liking it. Oh, it's the best game ever, but it's very enjoyable. If you have the bundle, you can play this as well. There's probably something up there. Nah. Yeah, it's really lagging on my OBS. That's so weird. Maybe I did something to my computer. I was cleaning it up. Maybe I did something that screwed up with OBS. But you're saying it's not, like it's visible. Like, you can definitely tell it looks laggy. And you're saying it's not. Because it's really laggy. Like everything is glitching, and the scrolling up is laggy, and I definitely will want to be looking at this VOD, because, and I have no way of being able to show you what it looks like, but it's really disturbing. I kind of dig the less linear level design. Damn it. Someone told me this morning I'd be chasing robots and a pineapple on a balloon. I want to get that upgradium though. T version 1.0. Damn it. Screw that up. I don't know what those X's do, but probably nothing good. I actually probably should have looked down below. There's probably some stuff I missed. It wasn't full of assassin robots. Damn, I did miss one. Like, you obviously aren't shooting around with grapple tool. But it's very, yeah, I could see it's, but like part of what I like about it isn't even the gameplay. I definitely like the whole visual novel detective element too, you know what I mean? Ah, damn it, why am I messing that up? I'm not pressing forward enough, I guess. No, why am I screwing that up? I don't know why I'm not hitting that one. Damn it. There we go. I want that up. I want that. Or I can get it right here. I'm good. Nice. Dude, I'm digging this gameplay. Hey, drop Agent Pineapple right now. Assessing mission directives. Assessment concluded. Drop target. Conditions are false. Relocating. Zara, help. They're threatening to turn me into a pina colada. I'm coming, Pineapple. I've heard the messenger is pretty good. I don't know if it's really my style gameplay, but... Damn it, these ninjas! I almost want to save the fireballs for them. Oh wow, I meant to do that, clearly. That wasn't what I was going to do. I was going to do the fireballs. Damn it! I gotta learn how to fight these guys better. So hot in here right now. It's gonna get hotter next week. It's gonna be 90 every day. Fuck that bullshit. That's I hate life right now. It's so hot. Today's not even one of the hotter days. What's horrible about it? And what sucks is it's hotter during night than it is during the day for me recently. Like that's even more stupid. It's not the one I want to do. I want to do the fireball. I don't know how you're supposed to deal with these guys. Damn it. I mean, if I stop using the area of effect attack and use the fireballs instead, I'd probably be better off. Yeah, I don't know, Sakane. I don't know if I can do one more. I'm really like I'm enjoying this, but I don't know if I want to do one more after this. I'm kind of done. I mean, I guess I could just pick one I know is going to be short, but I don't even know that for sure. I don't even enough for fireballs, the thing. Damn it! Maybe I just need to attack more and stuff, but they do so much damage. Female hero from ZX. I wouldn't be surprised if they took inspiration from it, honestly. I need the the joystick, honestly, I think. This would be easier with the joystick and not the D-pad. And I'm too stubborn to change it right now. Damn it! I don't get it. I'm not level 1, right? No. I mean, you could say maybe you don't pick this as your first level, but it shouldn't be that hard. Oh wait, I can dodge. I'm so fucking idiot. I can dodge. I mean, not like that, but... Okay, let's try this with actually learning how to dodge. I think part of it is me being dumb, though, to be fair. Like, I wouldn't say the combat's bad necessarily. Okay, now that I can actually dodge. These guys are basically, do you know how to dodge? If you do, you're good. If you don't, you're fucked. You keep dying, Megan. No. Thank you for the bit. Damn it. I thought he was dead. So the combat's not bad, I'm just bad. What's down here? Anything? There we go. I want to kind of like... I think I'm about done. I'm gamed out. I know I'm missing a bunch of stuff, but... You know, I don't think the combat's bad at all. I think I'm just bad. need to get... Okay. Okay, cool. So I made it to level 1. Now I'm at level 2. Activate terminal for more information. Healing factor. Dive kick. Okay, there's a bunch of stuff added now. You saved me, Zara. Thank you. I shudder just to think what Hancho would have done to me. One of my informants wants to backstab me. I'm sure Hancho paid them well. But I'm afraid one of his robots ran away with the pineapple files. Oh no, all that info about Rift agents have been visiting the Thunderdome, right? As well as evidence of Hancho and the 7 clans blackmailing Rift agents to turn a blind eye to his illegal activities. Well, don't worry, I'll figure something out. Now come back to HQ with me. The Thunderdome has become dangerous for Rift agents. Zara, wait a second. The scanner has detected a dimensional anomaly in your area. I see. It looks like someone has opened a portal near me. Could it be Suspect X? Only one way to find out. I'll go check it out. I want to end. Oh, they give you authority on interdimensional. So they give you some new stuff. Find Ripjaw's hideout. What is behind the anomalies in Gutopia? Need evidence of Hancho bribing Rift agents. Oh, is it evil me? Ah, I finally meet you. What? Zara Sinclair, agent of Rift. How do you... Wait a second, you're me. But stronger. Zara Sinclair? What do you want? Did you use an illegal portal? I don't care about Rift and its rules. I go wherever I want. Neither you nor your friends will stop me from destroying Rift. Destroy Rift? Are you nuts? Why would you even... Wait, are you in league with Suspect X? Is this what this is about? I have no idea what you're talking about, but mark my words, Agent Zara. I'll get my revenge, and you won't stop me. Agent? You... wait. Don't let you leave. Skip, do you read me? Something weird just happened. Zara, you have to tell me more about the other Zara you found. It was the strangest things ever, Skip. I've never found other myself. Is that even possible? Technically it is, but it's also extremely improbable. She's you, but from another dimension where something is different. Well, clearly she was never accepted into Rift. She hates Rift. And yet, she could open portals on her own without Rift, same as Suspect X. She probably has access to the same kind of tech. I think they might somehow be related, or might be related somehow. I have to figure out who she is and what she wants, and what her role in all of this is. Finding more information about Rogue Zara, I'll let you know. Skip, did you just call her Rogue Zara? I think that's a catchy name for her. Agent Zara versus Rogue Zara. Doesn't it sound great? Later, Skip. Alright. I think that's about it for this one. I really like this one a lot. This one was fun. I probably will play more of this, honestly. Maybe I'll do a stream of it. Probably. But yeah, I like this one. As far as anything else, I don't know. Let's just... Okay, Sakani, because you're here, pick a number. I'm just gonna... I'm kind of done, but I'm curious as to what you get. Because I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more left. 7. I don't know. I don't want to do 7. I do have 1,000 games to go through. I think I'm just gonna be done. Yeah, I want longer than I was planning on going, mostly because of Double Cross. So I only played 5 games. Of them, Switch and Shoot was fun, short but fun. Micro Mages was kind of... I liked that. That was good. Mabel in the Woods is the most disappointing. I was so disappointed with Mabel in the Woods. Yeah, I was so disappointed with Mabel in the Woods. I mean, I can show you what 7 was, I guess, but I don't know if I don't know. I'm kind of done, honestly. Roll Plus Heart was interesting. I don't know if I really loved it, but I was interesting. It was definitely interesting. Double Cross is by far the best one that I played tonight, no question. Where even is it? Okay. I'll just show you what it is. I'm not gonna play this. I need food, I need more water. I'm kind of tired, honestly. That was what number 7 was. I don't even know if I can play this, actually. Because it says it's a party game. Yeah, so I don't think I can play this one. Because I'm the only one here. Sure. Like, but you use the keyboard? I don't even know how you would do this with... I'm actually finally showing this off because I wasn't positive I could do anything with this. Hey, Naron, you just missed a good game, and we're playing a game I can't actually play. And I'm pretty much done. Multiple USBs. Like, this is meant for... you have to have somebody to play with for this. Because I can't... It looks like it's a battle game. Yeah, but, like, unfortunately, you can't play it... Yeah, that's it's kind of disappointing that this is only multiplayer, it looks like. So I'm gonna bet it's all multiplayer. Yeah, okay. That's why I was kind of, when you picked that one, I'm like, I don't even know for sure I can play this one. But like, to be fair, I don't want to like gloss over that. That one's probably interesting, Shoot Mega Pack, but I cannot play it because I don't have multiple people. Naren, is your headache a bit better? Here, I am interested. Naren, pick a number. I'm interested. I'm seeing what I get. I'm probably going to be done, but I am curious of what else we get. But yeah, that one is kind of unfortunate because... you can't, it's basically a multiplayer only game. Pick a number between 1 and pick a number either 1 or 8. I'm probably done, but I figure I'll see what you get. One. I don't think I want to do 1. Because I think 1 is a little bit, like, just looking at it, it's a little long. I mean, I could say, you know what I'll do? It doesn't really matter. I might do this next time, but it doesn't matter because I can change the numbers. So I'll tell you what I had as far as games left that I haven't played. That I picked up the 50. I mean, there's 11,000. But of the ones that I have left, 1 was Odd Realm, I've switched the numbers around a few times, but for that pick, one was Odd Realm. Take control of a group of settlers to build a settlement that survives the passing seasons. It sounds like it would be a little bit longer than my mentality is into it right now. I was thinking maybe I'd get like an arcade game or something quick. Death and Taxes, a game I've been interested in playing that came out this year. You are a Grim Reaper and on an office job. Save the world or condemn it to damnation. That's number 2. But again, I probably will do more of this. And I'll keep these in here. I'll keep these ones in here, and then I'll add a few more to it, to the roulette. No problem, Nara. Sorry I stopped as soon as you came back. I'm just kind of like, not really... I'm just kind of tired. One Shot was number 3, and that is a surreal puzzle game, adventure game with unique mechanics and capabilities. Number 4 was Radical Solitaire, never a bad deal, always a rad deal. 5 was Water's Fine, come on in. 6 was The Adventures of a Radish, full game. Go Morse Go Arcade Edition was number 7. 1 to 4 player cheerleading via telegraph, remastered. And Data Loss, an anti-capitalist hacking minigame. Those are what I had left on this list. So next time I do this, I will probably I'll probably select one of these, and or I'll keep these on here. I'll probably add a few more to the roulette, and I'll pick some random ones, assuming people are digging it. I think we did the right pace too. Do you think we need to go faster? I don't know. Double Cross I'll probably do more of on my do more of for sure, not on my own. I probably will actually legit stream that. I really was digging Double Cross. So that I'll probably stream. Yeah, well, it might take a while because we have a lot of games to go through. I'm probably not going to go through all of them, but... Alright, I don't know if anyone's streaming. Sorry I'm kind of tired. I'm just hot and tired, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I guess we'll raid. Slim is playing a multi-stream with Super Mario 64. I guess we'll raid him, and we're raiding him with... I think it's just you and me, Sakani. It might be Pawn. I don't know if Naran left again, if he's still here. If you want to raid with If you don't know the joke is literally... a mode in crosscode made all the text Alright, we're gonna rate him. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time, Monday, for Final Fantasy IV. Otherwise, probably we'll do more of maybe another of these next week. Alright, night guys.